for the ghost walk, and the reason that we are in here is that actually this location is haunted, very haunted. And the reason that we believe that it is haunted is because it was actually built on what used to be the river that ran through Pikeville. It actually goes right underneath our feet, which is no longer a river, it's a dried up riverbed. And also, there used to be a hotel out here at the edge of the Billy Johnson Hotel, the Billy Johnson stage. It used to be called the Hatcher Hotel. And it was also used to be known as Watson's Department Store, was in the same building that the Hatcher Hotel was once in. But the reason that it is so infamous is because the people that own the Hatcher Hotel, which was James and Octavia Hatcher. And if you've ever heard of the story of Octavia Hatcher, she was actually the lady that was buried alive when she lived here in Pikeville. But we will get more to her story later on in the ghost walk. But her husband, James, he was so taken back and so distraught over his wife's being buried alive that he actually performed a seance either daily or weekly. The story isn't all the time clear. Trying to actually contact his dead wife after she was buried alive to make sure she was okay, that she wasn't angry with him, things like that. Nobody knows if he actually ever succeeded in doing this, but he definitely gave it a good try, and I think even his parents and maybe some of his siblings was also involved in the seances at different times. And he also was a very strange man. After his wife's unfortunate being buried alive, he actually had a airtight coffin made for himself, which he had put on display in the lobby of the hotel for all the patrons to see. He also had a lot of weird medical devices on display in the lobby of the hotel, like iron lungs, things like that. The newest medical technology during the day. And he also had weird quotes on the wall everywhere in the lobby. And he was a very, very strange man from all the stories that I've heard. And he had also, the place where Octavia is buried, he had purposely put her there because his office was on the second story of the Hatcher Hotel, and he wanted to be able to see her gravesite every day when he looked out the window. So that was pretty much Mr. Hatcher and all of his weirdness. But as for more here in the Expo Center, there's actually someone that was buried in the walls when the Expo Center was being constructed. And if you look up here at this railing, the guy actually backed off the railing, and he is either in this pillar or that pillar, one or the other. I'm not for sure which one he actually fell into, but when they're pouring concrete, if you fall in while they're pouring, there's no way they can get you back out. You automatically sink to the bottom. And if anybody tries to get you back out, unfortunately, they'll also be caught and pulled down into the pillar as well. And there's a lot of weird happenings and things that goes on here in the Expo Center. This floor that we're on now is actually the second floor. There's a floor beneath us that they call the backstage area that they use during concerts and things like that. There's people been known to be locked in their dressing rooms, locked in the bathrooms, belongings being missing, turned up in locked rooms that nobody had been into for days. A lot of the workers here have all kinds of different stories about weird things happening to them. And I actually have a video that I'm going to show you that was taken up in one of these conference rooms up here above us. And this was taken by concession stand workers who was refilling the concession stands. There was only 2 or 3 of the women in here at the time. And they started hearing loud music playing and blasting all over the Expo Center. And it's not really any music that is normally played in here in the Expo Center. There was no audio equipment hooked up in the room at the time, and obviously this is a very, very old, some kind of gospel music that was playing, and the guy was not a professional because he sounds like a scalded dog singing, so, but evidently he must have thought that he was a good singer. But basically the girls that work the concession stand that track this music down, they will not work here by their stuff at night anymore.
Okay.
And they basically like, okay, we're going home after this, so. But from here we're going to go on to our next location on the Ghost Walk, which is the